I hate Genshin Impact ads. Over the past year of on and off playing, I've seen many Genshin ads while browsing through YouTube. I think only a few of them have really stood out to me and actually hooked me back into the game. The rest are terrible and uninspired. I've seen them play around with a bunch of different styles that all scream that they don't care about attracting newer players. From uninspired live action ads that are all too familiar in the scene, to displaying a random YouTube clip of someone talking over gameplay. I really hate most of the Genshin Impact ads that I see. It's sad because they actually have a decent game on their hands, and I don't see why they'd go to such lengths to advertise the most boring parts of their game. Like this clip where people who play Genshin Impact will kind of get it, but it won't attract newer players because all they see is some stale part of the game. In my research, there are a few types of ads that Mihoyo uses. Live action ads, clips of random activities, YouTube videos from content creators, and character introductions / cutscenes. I'd like to talk about my opinion on all of these, starting from live action. Whenever I see a live action ad, I just think the game is too boring for them to show actual gameplay. There are exceptions, however. For example, a small indie game called Raid Shadow Legends. Might have heard of it. And with memes aside, I think their live action ads are really well made. Looking at their live action ads, they're actually interesting and relevant to the game. Most of the time they have some character from the game, doing some everyday activity in real life like going to the grocery store with their player or going to the gym with them. And although these activities aren't very interesting by themselves, the over-the-top nature of these ads come off as funny and entertaining because it doesn't take itself too seriously. The ad is funny enough to make it less awkward than the stereotypical live action ad of like 90% of mobile games on the market. It hooks players in because they're presented with an introduction of the characters they can look forward to collecting in the game. However, the majority of live action ads, including what Mihoyo has been putting out, just talks about some menial part of the game that is not even exciting or interesting in any way. People might watch them to see what happens next in the skit, but they won't be pushed to play the game. At least I hope they aren't. If they actually do, then my hope for humanity will dwindle even more. So all in all, yeah, live action ads are not it. Popular choice for Genshin Impact ads is what I like to call the random activity ad, where they put up a video of them doing some random thing in the game, and 100% of the time it is as interesting as watching paint dry. They do activities like collecting wood from a tree, jumping off a cliff, and drowning in water. Like, why even show this part of the game? Show someone fighting a boss or an elite mob or something. Show how fluid you can chain the abilities together of different characters. Just something actually interesting for once. There's not much else to say than this. Before I talk about Mihoyo's use of YouTube videos ripped straight from content creators in their ads, I like to present my theory on why these ads are so bad. My theory is that the Mihoyo ad team has been infiltrated by rival gacha game companies like Smilegate and Yostar. And they have been feeding the CEO of Mihoyo these ads on the premise that they're actually interesting and good in order to lower the player base of Genshin Impact. Truly a genius move by these companies. So back on topic, these ads are like 90% trash in terms of being ads. But I don't think these content creators really intended these videos to be used as ads. So you get weird ads like this.
Do you like one of those like really bad CGI explosions? That like you could really just tell that it's CGI.
Yeah, and of the lowest quality sound effect I can.
What is even this ad? I feel like this ad confuses people more than it makes them want to play the game. And the problem with these kinds of ads is that if I don't know the content creator, I don't really care about their experiences with the game. They just become some random person playing the video game that I don't really care about. The only ad I really enjoyed that involved the content creator was Didus, and I thought it was funny. But even that one required you to have already played the game to some degree, And if you didn't play the game, then it would not make any sense to you. Now moving on to character introductions and cutscenes, which are my favorite form of Genshin Impact ads. I don't know why they stopped using these, maybe they weren't having as much engagement as the other form of ads, and if that's the case, then it's pretty sad. I think these ads are a great way of introducing the characters to newer players, and it doesn't trick them into playing the way a live action ad might. And can we talk about the cutscenes in Genshin Impact? Like, for the most part, the important ones are all so well made and seem like they came straight from an anime. This cutscene in particular was part of an ad campaign that actually made me really want to play the game again.
It's not over yet.
So, I forgot to record this the first time around, but this ad is action-packed and well animated. For someone who has not been playing the game for a long time, you ask, why is Albedo fighting with the Travelers group? Which compels them to watch the ad even more, thus making the viewer want to play the game even more. Some may argue that it's a spoiler to the story, which I can agree with, but it also does its job by making me want to play the game again. So there are both positives and negatives with using cutscenes as ads, but personally, I want to see more cutscene ads. I personally think that the greatest strength of Genshin Impact is in its character design, and they should try and play to their strengths rather than trying to make a boring part of the game seem interesting. I don't know why they keep on making weird activity ads. It seems so counterintuitive to me. After doing my research and looking at a lot of Genshin Impact ads, I don't know if I'm just getting unlucky with the ads or they're emphasizing the bad ones, because looking at them all, there are some pretty good ones in there, but I only get the bad ones. Recently, I have been seeing this one ad of the Traveler jumping off a cliff and running out of energy, which is what these ads make me want to do. I think overall, Mihoyo needs to put a bit more effort into their ads, just like how they needed to put a bit more effort into their anniversary event in the past. In my opinion, they should shift their efforts in presenting the personality of their characters more than trying to market every little part of their game. Not everything is marketable, but that's just what I think. What are your opinions on Mihoyo ads?